Hello students, welcome to another session of biology. In this session, we are going to discuss how microbes are used as biocontrol agents. Biocontrol refers to the use of biological methods for controlling plant diseases and pests. Earlier, chemicals like insecticides and pesticides were used for biocontrol. Now let us study about disadvantages of chemical agents. These chemicals are toxic and harmful to human beings and animals. These chemicals also pollute the environment and plants. Weedicides used to remove weeds also pollute the soil. Now let us discuss about biological control of pests and diseases. Biological control or biocontrol of pests and diseases involves the use of plants, insects, microorganisms or animals to control pests and diseases. Biopesticides are living organisms which are used to destroy only the undesirable organisms or pests. Biopesticides reduce the dependence on toxic chemicals pesticides. Biopesticides also destroy only the undesirable organisms like pest or the parasite insect without harming the crop plant. As they do not kill the crop plants, the biodiversity of the area remains maintained. In agriculture, there is a method of controlling pests that relies on natural predation rather than introduced chemicals. A key belief of the organic farmer is that biodiversity furthers health. The more variety a landscape has, the more sustainable it is. The organic farmer, therefore, works to create a system where the insects that are sometimes called pests are not eradicated but instead are kept at manageable levels by a complex systems of checks and balances within a living and vibrant ecosystem. Organic farming is a holistic approach that seeks to develop an understanding of the food webs of interaction among the myriads of organisms that form the flora and fauna of the field. According to the organic farmer, the eradication of the creatures called pests is not only possible but also undesirable because many beneficial predatory and parasitic insects cannot survive without them. The use of biocontrol measures will greatly reduce our dependence on toxic chemicals and pesticide. An important part of the biological farming approach is to become familiar with the various life forms that inhabit the field, predators as well as pests, and also their life cycles, patterns of feeding, and the habitat they prefer. This will help develop appropriate means of biocontrol. Now let us study about some examples of biocontrol. The first one is the familiar beetles with red and black marking called the ladybird beetle and the dragonflies help in getting rid of aphids and mosquitoes. An example of microbial biocontrol agents that can be introduced in order to control butterfly caterpillars is the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis. Now let us study how the use of the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis is used in order to control butterfly caterpillars. Bacillus thuringiensis bacterium produces spores which contain a chemical that is toxic to the caterpillar of butterfly. The spores of the bacterium are available as powder in sachet. They are mixed with water and sprayed onto the brassica and fruit trees. When such plant parts are ingested by the larvae of insects, the toxin is released into the gut where it becomes active and kills the larvae. Because of the development of methods of genetic engineering in the last decade, the scientists have introduced Bacillus thuringiensis toxin genes into plants. Such plants are resistant to attack by the insect pests. BT cotton is one such example, which is being cultivated in some states of our country. A biological control being developed for use in the treatment of plant disease is the fungus Trichoderma. Trichoderma species are free living fungi that are very common in the root ecosystems. They are effective biocontrol agents of several plant pathogens. Baculoviruses are pathogens that attack insects and other arthropods. Baculovirus belong to the genus Nucleopolyhedrovirus. These viruses are excellent candidates for species-specific narrow-spectrum insecticidal applications. They have been shown to have no negative impacts on plants, mammals, birds, fish, or even non-target insects. This is especially desirable when beneficial insects are being conserved to aid in an overall integrated pest management program, or when an ecologically sensitive area is being treated.